Folks, I don't know what to do with my hands because we're here at the LT Wright booth, and I don't know what I like the most. LT, it's
Hey,
great
brother.
to see you. You
Oh,
guys
you
are
too.
absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
And you guys have got some new stuff here, some stuff that we just got in,
Yep.
as well as some stuff that I haven't laid eyes on yet. So, what do you want to talk about first?
Oh, let's talk about the stuff you guys have in stock. Are we pretty sure they're in stock? The Packer. This is a 1075 knife with full patinas. I think Elaine sent a whole bunch of them down to you guys, so they should definitely check the website, I guess, right? For something
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Those
So
those are going to be going up very soon.
Yep.
As soon as we get back into the office, we're going to make sure that these go up very
If
soon.
they're familiar with like an old hickory butcher knife and going outdoors, this is going to be the knife you like. I mean, this is going to be a new best friend. What a great feeling knife, and it looks great. We do that two-step patina to it. We gray it in vinegar, and those splotches we use a mustard and let it set for a certain amount of time, and then clean everything off, and it gives us that nice color.
And that's 1075.
1075.
And got a 90-degree spine on it. And I got to say, with this design, the nice swell in the back end really gives you a sense of confidence when you've got it in hand.
Absolutely. It's light too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super light.
Very light. Well, I think it's 332nd stock, so it's good and thin.
Yeah, that is.
And then
huge.
something that we're talking about, maybe getting to you guys real soon, is the ABL. So this is a stainless. So we're going like the other end of the spectrum
Right.
here with some, look at the bone.
That is beautiful.
We dye this bone for about 24 hours in different color dyes. So here's another one just to show you. Look at that. That is just, it's like palomino.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That is
just kind of like
gorgeous.
really cool. Got some white liners on this one. So this, and we're talking about getting these down to you. What a great game or small kitchen knife for that, right?
Absolutely. Or
And,
a
and again,
cookie
has
knife.
that swell in the back like you were talking about.
Yep. That's just, and that smooth bone just feels so good.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's something that I think the outdoor knife and the bushcrafting knife crowd has kind of gotten away from.
Yes.
Yes. For a long time, that's all you saw was bone handle and stag handle.
Yeah, as a
and
kid.
now, to see it coming back and to see you guys doing such a good job on this.
As a kid, hunting knives, they were bone or stag, exactly what you're saying. And I love, here's what excites me about bone, is that when we dye it and we take it out, it comes to shop, and I actually go through each one and I match it. So I put all the colors together and try to get the best match that we can. And still, we don't know exactly how it's going to look till the end. And that
each one of them is going to have its own unique
Every
look
one
to
of them
it.
has a different. I mean, you can put these side by side, and just the way the bone takes the dye is different. You can see it immediately.
Well, and here's a great example too. You've got
there you go.
That's in the small one with the purple, and then there's a larger one right there. You can see the difference.
Look at the contrast right there.
Yeah. In how they've taken the dye.
Yep.
But that's what you get when you work with bone.
It is.
And you get that uniqueness and that one of a kind feel to it.
They're very much one of a kind. So I like that a lot.
Absolutely beautiful. Now this is something that's on a kind of getting away from the bushcrafting side of things. So we've got a cheese knife right here, and tell us about this one right here.
Okay, so the regulator, this was a design that we wanted to build a nice camp knife. Okay, so I wanted to do a flat and a scanty, so we have both versions here. But what I did was take my old competition color design when I was doing some blade sports stuff, we wanted to create a camp knife, but the best thing in the world that felt right to me, I used to be a carpenter. That's my hammer handle. I traced my old hammer handle and it's exactly my old plumb hammer handle. I love that hammer. And does that feel interesting to you?
It does. I mean, it just fits.
It's comfortable. It indexes because of the flat spots, so you could work it.
I feel like I'm ready to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is where this knife was designed of a competition or a combination of my old hammer and my competition knife. And we thought, man, what a great sweet spot does this provide for that industry, for the camp knife. So we started with we're using 01 on this first run and 3/16 stick, squared spine. This is a spark thrower.
Yeah.
Like crazy. We got the Scandi, and then also for the guys that like a full flat. So you're getting a full flat. You're getting it. I don't know if Isaac, you can pick that up. You got a nice distal taper. Going all the way to the point on that. Man, is this a cutter? This is a cutter.
Well, and you mentioned it. That's kind of what was going on in my head, but I didn't want to say it. But I was getting that vibe of blade sports cutting competition.
Yeah, exactly.
With a harder handle. So you're going to have a really great durability there.
And the interesting thing about a handle of this shape, it literally does fit just about everybody.
Yeah.
There's no hot spots to be designed. It does taper into the back, but with this hexagon kind of shape, it does feel right.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, so it's one of those, when you hold it, you go, wow, this is working.
Yeah.
And then the last knife that we're showing off today is our La Fromage, which is our cheese knife.
Yep. That's
My wife
go
and I,
great on that charcuterie board.
Oh, you ain't kidding. My wife and I, every Friday night, we have a smoked salmon cheese knife. And man, you want to talk about a fun knife to have around. I did a prototype that was an inch shorter, and all my cheese was about that long. So I had to make it a little bit longer, so the final version was a little longer. So we're using 1/8 AEBL stainless and doing an extremely thin grind, adding some holes. These are not for speed and lightness. This is to get that sticky cheese to drop off the knife. But again, nice thin handle and a nice feel to it.
Yeah.
In general.
Oh man, that is so lightweight.
So now when we're at a campsite, we got a couple blocks of cheese, a little adult beverage or two, and
I tell you what, especially with that light, I mean, this would be a great kitchen knife too.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite knives that I have in the kitchen is going to be like my Santoku. But with these holes cut in, this is going to work even better as far as avoiding that suction that you get naturally. So whether you're cutting, vegetables or fruits or, like you said, cheese, I think this is going to be a fantastic option. I want to add this to my knife block in the kitchen.
Absolutely, and I do, because I liked it to start with, but as you said, I started using it for other things.
Right.
Because Elaine does a lot of cooking, so I'm her sous chef. So, she lays all these things out and say, hey, I need these things cut up. And, you gravitate to a knife. Like you said, hey, this is my knife. This has turned into my go-to general purpose knife. And for a lot of different reasons. It's just handy.
Right.
Shape of it, the way it feels, lots of things. So, yeah.
Now, are all of these shipping now?
Yes, they are available.
Okay.
These, for sure. We have 10 of these at the show. These we do have available for shipping. You guys can get some of these in the store for sure, too.
Okay.
So we have those. These are, I believe, on site with you now, and we're going to talk about getting those on rolling, too.
That's fantastic. LT, you guys
brother.
are absolutely awesome. Love
Thank you
guys.
for all you do for us, and thank the support to the fans out there.
We love it.